So we have received our new ban list, and with it we have a bit of an unexpected guest in the format. Yata-Garasu, after nearly 18 years, is unbanned. So obviously we have never seen this card in a modern format. However, I personally don't think it's going to make a huge impact. That said, there are some really cool ways to search it, and I do think there's one deck in particular that can take huge advantage of this card being off the list, and it's not what you would expect. And that deck is the Tier 0 super threat, Speedroids. No, but in all seriousness, Speedroids do have potentially the most synergy with Yata-Garasu. This deck is tailor-made to work specifically with wind monsters, and Yata-Garasu is a wind, so there's a lot of synergy that this deck in particular has with Yata-Garasu that you're not going to see in other strategies. What's particularly cool here is you have multiple ways to search Yata-Garasu, and this deck inherently has multiple normal summons for wins, so you don't have to dedicate your normal summon to Yata-Garasu, you inherently get 2. And that is thanks to the Speedroid Link monster, which gives you 2 normal summons for wins and gives you a search for Speedroid. Now the primary way that we are going to be searching Yata-Garasu is with Wynn the Wind Chandler. This card lets us discard it and another wind to search any wind monster with 1500 or less defense. This gives us access obviously to Yata-Garasu, but we could also search other valuable cards if we don't want to search Yata-Garasu. This also means that Yata is less dead in Speedroids going first. Obviously you can't inflict damage to your opponent going first, so you can't normally use its effect. However, in this deck, you can discard it with Wynn in order to search something like a Terror Top. Speedroids also have a large variety of board-breaking synchro monsters that also provide a negate, giving them a lot of synergy with Yata-Garasu. Cards like Baroness and Crystal Wing can be incredibly good at breaking a board, but also giving you a negate in order to solidify the Yata lock. Speedroids are also a budget-friendly deck. Obviously, I'm showing Baroness as the first example here because it has the most synergy with Yata-Garasu, allowing you to pop a board and set up a negate, but you do not have to play Baroness. Baroness is not super budget-friendly. However, the deck does have an inherent option around Baroness. You can play Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which can be made utilizing the same combos that you would make Baroness. However, it does have a different kind of synergy with Yata-Garasu. This card is incredibly difficult to get over, and a lot of times your opponent is stuck top decking in order to try and get over Crystal Clearwing. Yata-Garasu ensures that your opponent will not be drawing into any negates, and that they are stuck staring down a monster that they simply can't kill. And if they do manage to get over it, it searches any wind monster, meaning, hilariously, it's another way to search Yata-Garasu. Now there is one last huge piece of synergy that I want to highlight in Speedroids with Yata-Garasu. Speedroids have a boss monster that's either a field wipe or a negate for all face-up cards your opponent controls, meaning Speedroids have a pseudo version of the Yata lock, wiping the board and then just summoning Yata and attacking over and over. It's very akin to Chaos Emperor Dragon. The card I'm talking about is High Speedroid Kitedrake, and it's basically a generic level 8 synchro within Speedroids. It does require a Wind Machine tuner monster in order to make, but that's every tuner monster in this deck. And the crazy part is, there's multiple ways to make Kitedrake in Speedroids without even conducting your normal summon. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Now I'm going to get off my metaphorical Speedroid soapbox here for a second, because there are a couple of other ways that you can search Yata-Garasu that are definitely worth mentioning. First off, everybody seems to be bringing up the fact that you can search Yata-Garasu in Thunder-Rees. I don't know how good it is, but you can definitely do it. The way you go about doing this is a card called Kujaku. Basically, whenever it's tributed, it lets you search for a level 4 or lower wind monster, which does fit the bill for Yata-Garasu, and then you can use the additional normal summon effect of N-Pen in order to get it on board. It's a neat interaction, like, for sure. Particularly because you can chain block most of the way through it. However, there are a few problems. First off, there's a million other things you'd rather be normal summoning in this deck, and it's very situational. And two, it interferes with D-Shifter. Kujaku does have to go to graveyard in order to trigger. The other way to search Yata-Garasu that I really wanted to mention was Small World. I'm not going to go in depth on how Small World works in this video. I already have a video on that. I'll leave it in the description if you want to watch that. But Small World basically lets you search a monster by using a monster in your deck as a bridge that only has one thing in common with the monster that you're trying to search. Yata-Garasu has a very unique type and attribute combination of Fiend and Wind, and that means you can basically use any Fiend or Wind monster in order to function as a bridge and search it. All that shown, I do believe that the best synergy that we have with Yata-Garasu is speedroids. I really want to try out that strategy. I've already done a bit of testing. If I can get 100 likes on this video, I will put up another video specifically going over a deck profile for speedroids using Yata-Garasu. I'll even include some gameplay so you can kind of get an idea of exactly how the synergy works and how you want to use speedroids with Yata-Garasu. I've actually been playing speedroids for a little while, IRL at locals, and I'm really excited to try it out with Yata-Garasu because I think the synergy is definitely there, and I hope this video helped show that. Thanks for watching the video. Tell me in the comments section down below what you'd like to see next, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.